I will call the Cookeville City Council meeting for Thursday, December 18th to order. May I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Baji? Here. Councilman Walker? Here. Mayor Wheaton?
Here.
Vice Mayor Eldridge? Here. Councilman Gilbert? Here. 5 present.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to ask those that wish to do so to stand for the invocation given tonight by Pastor Eddie Turner, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we are so thankful to be a part of such an amazing community, a community of love and striving for unity in every area. Thank you for the men and women who've sat in these chairs of leadership over the years, who've caused this community to be the place where hundreds and even thousands desire to come and live and raise their families. Father, we don't take this for granted. In a time where so many cities and communities are in division and strife and crime, we are so blessed here, and we thank you for it. Now, we ask for supernatural divine wisdom, that you would give these leaders who are giving of their time to cause our community to go forward. You would give them the wisdom beyond their education, beyond their understanding. Help them to be able to see what needs to be done in the days that lie ahead for our community. We thank you for our leaders, and we ask your blessings, your protection, your grace, and your peace upon our leaders and upon the wonderful city of Cookeville. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
you, Pastor. Item 3, consider approval of agenda as presented. Are there any changes?
Thank you, Mayor.
Do I have a motion? Motion made by Vice Mayor Eldridge. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Gilbert. Any discussion from the public? Discussion from council? Okay, we'll vote on that.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. 4A, consider appointment to the Sewer Regulations Appeal Board. Mr. Turner.
Mayor and members of the council, this sewer regulations appeal board is a 5-member board, and Jim Cobb cannot serve another term without sitting out a year. So Bill Staton has agreed to accept an appointment for the vacant position, and I recommend approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So move.
Motion made by Vice Mayor Eldridge, seconded by Councilman Baji. Okay. Any discussion from the public? Discussion from council? Okay, go ahead, take a vote on that.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. 4B, consider a reappointment to the Cookeville Planning Commission. Mr. Ward.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The current term of Ms. Lauren Metz as a member of the Planning Commission expires January 2026. Members of the Planning Commission serve 5-year terms and are appointed by the City Council. Ms. Metz has indicated that she would like to continue to serve if reappointed, and the Planning Division recommends she be reappointed.
Make a motion to reapprove Ms. Metz.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Walker, seconded by Councilman Baji. Any discussion from the council? All right, we'll vote on that.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. 4C, consider reappointments to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Mr. Ward.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The terms of Mr. James Dial and Mr. Michael Deltweiler as members of the Board of Zoning Appeals expires in January of 2026. Members of the BZA serve 3-year terms and are appointed by council. Both Mr. Dial and Mr. Deltweiler have indicated they would like to continue to serve if reappointed, and the Planning Division recommends both be reappointed.
Make a motion to reappoint Mr. Dial and Mr. Detweiler to the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Motion made by Councilman Walker.
Second.
Seconded by Vice Mayor Eldridge. Any discussion from the council? Okay, vote on that.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. And 4D, consider reappointments to the Historic Zoning Commission. Mr. Ward.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Again, the terms of Ms. Kathy Lamb and Mr. Lee Carney on the Historic Zoning Commission expire in January of 2026. Both Ms. Lamb and Mr. Carney have agreed to continue to serve if reappointed. Members of the Historic Zoning Commission serve 5-year terms and are appointed by the mayor with confirmation by a majority vote of the City Council. The Planning Division recommends the reappointment of Ms. Lamb and Mr. Carney.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Move to reappoint Ms. Lamb and Mr. Carney.
Motion by Councilman Walker, second.
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Eldridge. Any discussion from the council? Okay, I'll vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. 5A, consider approval of minutes of council meeting held on December 4th, 2025. Is there a motion? Motion made by Vice Mayor Eldridge, seconded by Councilman Gilbert. Any discussion from the public? Discussion from council? Okay, to vote on that.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. 5B, consider on second and final reading ordinance O-25-1120 rezoning 208 East Stevens Street, tax map 53K, Group J, parcel 20.00 from RD Single Family and Duplex Residential to CL Local Commercial. Mr. Ward.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. We've had no calls and comments since first reading. There are no changes to the ordinance. I recommend your approval on second and final reading.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Vice Mayor Eldridge. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Walker. Any discussion from the public? Discussion from council? Okay, take a vote on that.
Everybody, give me
No.
1 second, sorry.
Broke it. Where are we? 5B.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. And 5C, hold a public hearing and consider on second and final reading ordinance O-25-1222, amending the fiscal year 2026 budget for the city of Cookeville, Tennessee Animal Control Fund. Ms. Nicewander.
Mayor and council, this ordinance amends the Animal Shelter Fund budget for fiscal year 26 with a decrease to fund balance of $425,000. There are no changes since the first reading. I'm happy to answer any questions, but recommend your approval on second and final reading.
Thank you. Is there a motion? Motion made by Vice Mayor Eldridge, seconded by Councilman Gilbert. This is a public hearing, so is there anyone who would like to speak on this agenda item? Seeing none, we will close the public hearing portion. Any comments from the council? Okay, seeing none, we'll go ahead and take a vote.
Votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. For the consent agenda, we have 6A, consider approval for one-time purchase of wetlands credits for the new energy facility. 6B, consider authorization for the city manager to execute a pole attachment with Verizon Wireless. And 6C, consider awarding bids for grinder pump equipment procurement. Is there a motion on the consent agenda?
So moved.
Motion made by Vice Mayor Eldridge. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Gilbert. Any discussion from the council? Okay, I'll vote.
Votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. On to new business, 7A, hold a public hearing and consider amendments to the city of Cookeville's urban growth boundary. Mr. Ward.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This is the second of 2 required public hearings on proposed amendments to the City of Cookeville's urban growth boundary. Our first hearing was held at the December 4th council meeting. The city has received requests to annex areas outside of our current urban growth boundary. Annexation outside of the city's urban growth boundary can primarily only occur by referendum. Areas inside the city's UGB can be annexed without referendum by owner consent. The Planning Division has prepared amendments to the UGB area to include areas to the east, south, and west that would add an additional 4,225 acres or approximately 6.6 square miles to our existing urban growth boundary. This map shows some of the annexations that have occurred since 2000, since Public Chapter 1101 was adopted in Putnam County. These are our proposed amendments. You see the existing city limits in red, our existing urban growth boundaries, that lighter shade, and the fringe areas around in the darker shade are what our proposed changes. I recommend that we approve forwarding these amendments to the Putnam County Growth Plan Coordinating Committee. Happy to answer any questions from council on this item.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Motion made by Councilman Baji. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Eldridge. This is also a public hearing. So is there anyone who'd like to speak on this agenda item? Seeing none, we will close the public hearing. Got a motion and a second. Any discussion from the council?
Probably important to repeat what you said last time. No one's getting.
No one's getting, yes, no one's getting annexed. No, we're not taking,
Just to
yes,
grow.
this is just to map out areas that we would like to grow, but there still has to be a long process for annexation, as we are very much aware right now.
Areas we anticipate that growth will occur.
Yes, yes. Thank you for clarifying. Any other discussion? All right, all vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. 7B, consider resolution R 25-1225, appointing the Putnam County Joint Economic and Community Development Board as the County Growth Planning Coordinating Committee for Putnam County, Tennessee. That was a mouthful. Mr. Ward.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. As I explained when we first discussed this process, Resolution R25-1225 would designate the Putnam County Joint Economic and Community Development Board as the Growth Planning Coordinating Committee for Putnam County. State law requires the coordinating committee approve any amendments to the county growth plan. Tennessee law allows local governments to assign these duties to an existing entity rather than maintaining a separate coordinating committee. And that was the direction that we were given by the Putnam County Mayor's Office. So I recommend approval of Resolution R25-1225. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Councilman Baji. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Walker. Any discussion from the public? Discussion from council? Okay, all vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank
Thank
you. We now have 7C, D, E, and F that will be presented together, but we'll be voting separately on them. For 7C, consider approval of the Cookeville Regional Medical Center Authority to enter into a joint venture with Encompass Health Corporation for the purpose of constructing and operating a rehabilitation hospital. 7D, consider approval of requests made by the Cookeville Regional Medical Center Authority to authorize CRMC Authority to enter into a 50-50 joint owner agreement created with Encompass Health Corporation for the purpose of construction and operating a rehab hospital, 7E, consider approval of a request made by the Cookeville Regional Medical Center Authority to authorize city manager to enter into a ground lease agreement for a rehabilitation hospital. And 7F, consider approval for a request made by the Cookeville Regional Medical Center Authority to authorize the CRMC Authority to issue bonds or other indebtedness, can't say that word, not to exceed $25 million for the purpose of financing the construction and operation of a rehabilitation hospital. Ms. Key.
Thank you, Mayor Wheaton and council members. If you recall, back in April, we came to the council to announce a new partnership with Encompass Health, an inpatient rehab facility corporation that's all over the country that'll result in a 50-bed inpatient rehab hospital. After months of work, and analysis, we know that we need to expand and modernize our services. By doing that, we also meet the needs of the community, but we also meet the needs of the community on the acute care side as well. Because by putting currently it's 20 beds in the current inpatient rehab. By going to 50 beds, we release some of those beds on the acute care side for more patients to move up in for admissions. So just as a recap, the CRMC's current inpatient rehab unit houses 20 beds, as I said, and it was built in the 1970s. We did do a refresh in the 90s, by the way, so just thought I'd throw that out there. As stated back in April, we are intending on partnering with Encompass Health, as you have mentioned, to expand our inpatient rehab capabilities to 50 beds. And construct a new facility that is estimated to cost approximately $60 million. With that said, we're asking for the council's approval on the agenda items of approval of the joint ownership of this new entity, which is CRMC and Encompass Health. We will equally share that ownership 50-50. Approve the CRMC to issue debt of our 50% not to exceed $25 million, all of which will be used towards the construction of this facility. And last but not least, approval of a ground lease between the new entity and the city for the construction and operation of this new inpatient rehab facility.
Thank you. So we will start with 7C to vote on. Do I have a motion for 7C?
So moved.
Got a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Baji. Any discussion from the public on 7C? Okay, good.
Brenton Strode of Cookville. First off, happy holidays to all of y'all. Definitely. Long time no see. Hi, Ms. Buffy. How are you? I'm very excited to hear about this joint venture, especially the analysis that I'm sure your offices and your people have taken. So some of this that I'm going to read, you've probably already addressed, but there are just a few questions that I have we can answer on the back end, though. Good evening, Mayor and council members. Of course, my name is Trenton Strode. I'm a Cookville resident. I'm also a healthcare finance professional and a health information management professional. I also hold credentials as a professional medical auditor as well. And I'm not sharing that to elevate myself today, but to also explain the lens in which I'm speaking through tonight. The sustainability of Cookville Regional Medical Center matters very deeply to me, and not just only emotionally, but professionally as well. From a healthcare ops standpoint, operations standpoint, and a compliance standpoint, that need for an expanded inpatient rehab facility is very real. When patients qualify for inpatient rehab and can't be placed timely, it creates a downward revenue stream, and it also creates delayed discharges, acute bed congestion, payer complications, and unnecessary stress on our families. A modern, appropriately sized rehab facility will help stabilize that entire care continuum. That part of this proposal does make sense. Where my professional focus comes in is that long-term financial and operational stewardship. Earlier this year, the council approved borrowing up to $13 million. The updated agreement now requests authorization up to $25 million for CRMC's share. In healthcare finance, changes of that scale do require careful scrutiny, not because that growth is bad, because margins in hospital systems are very thin and they're really unforgiving. Sustainability is not built on that optimism alone as well. It's built on conservative projections and clear governance and strong accountability mechanisms. This joint venture places a public hospital and public land into a 50-50 partnership with a national for-profit operator. That structure can work, absolutely. But from an auditing and compliance perspective, it works best when those roles and that decision authority and reporting expectations and those exit protections as well are clearly defined and they're transparent to this governing body and to the public. So I would encourage this council to ensure that those performance metrics, that utilization expectation, and the access commitments are not just implied, but they're measurable and reportable as well. And that includes how our TennCare patients and our underinsured patients are going to be served, because the true benefit of this hospital that we have here, this community-owned hospital, is that it must be reflected in that patient mix that we have and not just the square footage that we have for the hospital. So I just want to acknowledge those workforce implications as well. Expanding to a 50-bed rehab facility is not just a construction project, it's also a staffing commitment as well. And that has to be balanced carefully so that way we can strengthen the hospital rather than strain its service lines as well. I'll finish there because I know we have a 3-minute time limit, but I appreciate that consideration as well. Thank you.
For all that, appreciate it. Any other comments, public? Okay, comments from council. I know as we go along, I'll kind of reiterate some of what you said, Mr. Strode, talking about how this does open up, taking from 20 beds to 50 beds. This is not just, this is a higher level of skilled nursing that is needed in this community.
Absolutely.
And again, it is going to help with that flow from the ER, hospital admission to discharge to skilled nursing facilities. So this is overall going to be wonderful for our community, for healthcare, and for keeping our patients here locally, and we're not having to send them to get to be here with their families. So
Right.
I think this is a great venture that we're doing. I know y'all have done a lot of work with this, so thank y'all for everything with it.
I did want to add one thing in response to Mr. Strode. Thank you, Mr. Strode. I agree with all of that. We have to have measurable metrics to make sure that we're being that this is a success. The reason why it was 13 million in April versus 20 up to not to exceed 25 million now is we were going to be in a 70-30% partnership in April, and we have moved to a 50% to give us more weight in making sure that we're driving this facility the way that our community needs it to be driven. So thank you. Great comments.
It's probably worth noting too, we own the property still.
Yeah.
We still own the property. That's not 50-50.
Correct.
And the, well, go ahead.
Well, I'd like to add that Encompass, so we're, the Cookville is putting in 25 million, plus some facilities that already exist. And Encompass is putting in 30 million. So this is a real opportunity for this community to have a first-class rehabilitation hospital that is locally basically owned and operated because of the 50-50 relationship that we were able to negotiate. I'm sorry, Chad, go ahead and finish what you were going to say.
I was going to say, we've also,
We own the property.
we own the property and we've confirmed the exit strategy is favorable to us.
I have to comment on that.
That was, I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that something I'm very passionate about. And
Yeah.
just to finish that statement and that thought, the long-term sustainability of this hospital is what's important to this community. This hospital is one of the main economic drivers for our community here. And without this hospital and us making sure we're taking care of it, good stewardship and which I'm sure your staff is doing, you know, it's going to spell disaster for our community. We have to make sure that this hospital stays sustainable in every which way.
We all know how important it is. And to that point, we were very specific that those terms favored us.
Thank you so much.
I also want to give kudos to City Attorney Dan Rader, our attorney Luke Hill, and City Manager for doing the due diligence on exactly the items that you just mentioned. Exit strategies, ownership, the whole 9 yards. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you for being so astute.
It's important for when I get gray, that hospital's still here.
Thank you. All right, so we got comments and from the council, so we'll go ahead and vote on 7C. Yeah, you can sit down, Ms. Keith. Unless you just want to stand up there.
You what?
I said you can sit, or unless you just want to stand.
Do you want me to stand?
No. Sit. Sorry.
All votes correct.
Any more than I have to, so I'm just.
5 yes, motion carries.
All right, now we'll move on to 7D. Do I have a motion on 7D? Got a motion from my Vice Mayor Eldridge. Do I have a second? Second from Councilman Gilbert. Any discussion from the public on this? Discussion from council? All right, go ahead and vote on that.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. For 7E, I would like to add an amendment that this approval will be subject to finalization from the attorneys from Football Regional and from the city. Make sure that we get everything, again, fine tooth comb. Is that the same? Yeah, thank you.
There are just a few minor details that we've tried to put all this together kind of all week long. And there are just a few minor details such as insurance limits over the term of this lease that we need to adjust and make sure the overall product is what we want. And they are, I would not consider them to be major at all. And the city manager and Mr. Hill and myself, I think, can negotiate those. And I think the city council has authorized us to make those minor revisions. And so that's what we would recommend.
Yes. So, yeah, so
It's not an amendment, it's just the approval's conditional.
condition. Okay. Do I need to add any other verbiage or is that good, Dan?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I made the motion. So anyone want to second it?
I like a second.
All right. Got a second from Vice Mayor Eldridge. Any discussion from the public? Discussion from council? Okay, we'll vote on 7E.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. And then do I have a motion on 7F? Motion made by Vice Mayor Eldridge. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Councilman Baji. Any discussion from the public? Discussion from council? Okay, vote on that.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. Moving on to 7G. I'm trying to get us through this because I think we're going to fall asleep with it being so nice and warm in here. Sorry. It is, sorry. So on to 7G, consider approval to purchase year one of the 10-year ERP software subscription with Universe. Thank you. Approved by the City Council on November 6, 2025. Ms. Nicewater.
This purchase is for the first year's subscription of the ERP software. It is exactly as was proposed in the contract that you approved in the November 6th meeting. This is a budgeted item. The total for the first year is $190,653. I recommend your approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion? Motion made by Vice Mayor Eldridge. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Baji. Any discussion from the public? Discussion from council? All vote.
That's correct.
It fell asleep, yeah.
5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. 7H, consider authorizing change order number 1 for the LPRF Cowan, I always say it wrong. Cowan addition project at Cane Creek Park. Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This change order is for the LPRF improvement project, like you said, out at Cane Creek Park. This is the property we purchased from Mr. Cowan. We've added a new picnic pavilion with a parking area out there for 86 vehicles. We've also created new access road to the site, installed over 4,500 feet of new paved trails, seating along the trail, and are in the process of completing the new restroom building right now. This change order addresses 3 items as noted on the log, on the next slide there. And I'll be happy to answer any questions about those, but the net change for these items is $8,977. This changes the total for the contract from $1,802,000 to $1,810,977. I'll be happy to answer any questions, but request your approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Vice Mayor Eldridge. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Gilbert. Any discussion from the public? Discussion from council?
Chad, we're hoping to have a ribbon cutting sometime in
After the first of
January.
your very,
This
yes.
is a very
Hope so.
big project for us.
TDEC has to do their inspection, but if they say everything's okay, that's what we're going to do.
Okay. Sounds good. Any other comments? Okay, I'll vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. Consider 7I, consider authorizing change order number 2 for the Dogwood CPAC project. Mr. McDonald.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Another project that's nearing completion, the CPAC and Dogwood project. As you know, this project renovated the lobby restrooms and concession areas at the Performing Arts Center, redesigned and replaced the front and back parking areas on the whole campus, and is creating a new pedestrian-friendly entrance to Dogwood Park from the west across Walnut Avenue. This change is for several items, as noted on your log there. And as you can see, we also received some credits and incurred some charges with a net change for these items of $3,183. This change, along with the retaining wall approved at a previous meeting, changes the contract total from $1,498,000 to a total of $1,566,583. I'll be happy to answer any questions, but request your approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Councilman Walker. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Eldridge. Any discussion from the public? Discussion from council? Okay, I'll vote.
All votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
Thank you. 7J, consider resolution R25-1224, authorizing the city manager to sign a proposal with TDOT for the North Willow Avenue widening project from West Broad Street to West 12th Street. Mr. Mills is going to be filling in for Ms. Elrod.
Yeah, but she's ice skating or something.
He needs a break. Give it
Yes,
to
she
her.
did.
Yes.
She works very hard.
Mhm.
So I'm happy to report that TDOT's making quite a bit of progress with our widening project on North Willow Avenue. Preliminary engineering was completed this year. Right-of-way acquisition is scheduled to start now or through 2026. And they've estimated construction to actually start in 2028. So as a part of this project, TDOT requires that the city formally approve a standard proposal for the completion of the project. By accepting the proposal, the city agrees to cooperate with TDOT and to certain stipulations. The stipulations, again, are just standard, but they require that if there are any civil actions filed that the city's aware of, that we notify the Attorney General. We will agree to close any streets that are indicated in the project plans, that will transfer any right-of-ways from any city streets that are necessary for the project. We'll move utility lines. We'll accept responsibility for sidewalk. Anything outside the curbs, once it's built, becomes the city's responsibility. That also includes drainage facilities. It also indicates that we will prohibit anybody from cutting the pavement, curbs, gutters, and sidewalks without approval of TDOT. As I stated, this is a standard proposal, and we've done them on all the projects in the past, including the current one on South Jefferson Avenue widening. So I request your authorization to execute the proposal on behalf of the city.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Vice Mayor Eldridge. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Councilman Gilbert. Any discussion from the public? Yes.
I'm not prepared to talk about this at all, but I just wanted to ask you, Mr. Mills, as a lot of people in the city use North Willow Avenue to get to where they need to go, as if there may not be any other streets in Putnam County in order to use. So what will this project look like to an average citizen? How long will it take? What will the detour routes look like? And how will this ease tensions among commuters that use that main artery to get back and forth?
You've been on South Jefferson?
Yeah. Well, I live on the north side of town, so I don't frequent South Jefferson as much, but so,
I don't think it'll be as bad as that, but you know, they'll always keep.
Maybe not as long, hopefully.
Directions, but it's like every time we do a new project, it's gonna be a headache. So,
Patience.
You know.
We're asking everyone to bring their patience.
there's gonna be a lot of right of way that has to be acquired. That's gonna take a year or two. So I'd encourage you to look for different routes while we're in church.
so get on your MapQuest on your devices and make sure how to get around.
Be disruptive. There's no doubt about it. It's like we say on the other things, just hang with us and it's gonna be a lot better when it's finished. And Jefferson's getting close and it's gonna be pretty nice. Another good example is 10th Street. It was a headache, but now, you know, that's something we're really proud of and it really carries a lot of traffic. Same thing here.
Right.
So,
I think remind people, this is also a TDOT project, so there's a lot of things that will be out of our control that we won't be able to do. We try to give people notice as soon as we know with closures, issues, things like that, but there will be a lot of stuff that we will all just have to grin and bear.
Is there, I'm sure, you know, I just want to question, there's coordination with Tennessee Tech about how to get around those avenues. And I know that's going to be a concern with the students and that population that live in that district.
there will be, and of course, the university is a big supporter of this project. They've agreed to donate property for the project. It's going to make a big improvement for them. There'll be new signalization. There'll be enhanced pedestrian crossings, which is very, very important for the students who live on the west side of Willow. They're very supportive of this, and of course, I would expect them to coordinate. TDOT will too. They'll work closely to keep people informed. But Trenton, there's going to be days where it's going to be people are not going to be happy.
Saying nice things about us.
I know I can say thank you for all of the infrastructure projects you have put into the roads and to the roads department here. It's very well needed. It's a long time coming for a lot of these projects, and I'm sure we will appreciate them when we get done and can appreciate them. But of course, the citizens, of course, are going to have to go through some anxiety for a couple of years probably. So
Exactly.
I would imagine Franklin Avenue, since it goes all the way from 12th to Broad, is going to be utilized a lot.
That neighborhood in that west part of that, which is my neighborhood, you know, grown up in that neighborhood over there. So I know that neighborhood very well in that Franklin district. So a lot of traffic, those are residential homes that are in the area that may not be used to now getting that influx in there. So I'm sure that's going to mean a lot to people, but getting that message out to residents of how to,
Yes.
you know, maneuver around there. So thank y'all.
Thank you.
We're still a ways out on this project, actually breaking.
Right now, it's projected to start construction in 28. You've been around these projects before. That's probably a little early.
Oh, yeah, don't plan your wedding around that
I
yet.
think right of way is going to take at least 2 years. It's a very complicated project. There's a lot of different right of ways that have to be obtained, a lot of different properties that are going to be impacted. So I would think it's a minimum of 2 years from now.
We'll be gone. All right.
Don't plan your new route tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I know my route.
So we got a motion and a second. Any more discussion from the council? Okay, all those, go ahead and take a vote. All those in favor. Trying to do voice votes like hospital board. No, we're fancy around here. Maybe we're not. Eric, get the door there.
Votes correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
All right, and 7K, consider resolution R25-1223 to apply to the Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development for Community Development Block Grant Disaster Funds. Mr. Turner.
This grant come about due to the tornado that hit West Cookeville and the county outside of the city there in 2020. It's a disaster relief category of the Community Development Block Grant. The county and city are both getting a grant for this, and it's split up a little bit. The city's portion is $2,057,218, and it's with zero match. What we're putting this money to or plan to, this resolution, of course, is to apply for the grant, but this will be going towards the Cane Creek Pump Station, which serves all of that area that is presently sewered there, as well as what will serve the adjacent areas that presently do not have sewer. We've had a lot of requests in that area for additional sewer capacity. So recommend your approval on this resolution.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Vice Mayor Eldridge. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Gilbert. Any discussion from the public? Discussion from council?
I'd like to point out, like, this has been in discussion for a long time about this grant.
It's about 2 years, yes.
So, no, we're not just now applying for something, been working towards this moment.
Any more discussion? Okay, all vote.
It's correct. 5 yes, motion carries.
God bless you. Thank you, Mr. Turner. That concludes the agenda portion of the meeting. Is there anyone who would like to speak on any non-agenda topics? Okay, seeing none, we will make the announcement that our January 1st, 2026 meeting will be canceled.
Correct.
Yep. Thanks for giving everybody the day off there. And I know I want to wish everyone Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We still have the tree lighting every night going on from 5 to 9. Yep, every hour on the hour. So go check that out and all of our other beautiful lights. Christmas parades tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Be prepared for some roads being shut down. And that's all I've got. Anything else from the council?
No snow this Christmas.
No, we're gonna be outside playing. in sports. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Happy birthday,
Yeah,
Jesus
happy birthday,
celebration
Jesus on the 20th.
is Saturday, yeah.
Yep.
What, 12 to 6, correct? Is that correct?
Yeah.
At the Expo Center.
Playing and singing at 2.
He's playing and singing, he's picking and grinning, so.
Multi-talented over there. Cannot wait. All right, anything else?
Merry Christmas.
All right, Merry Christmas. Meeting is adjourned.